of Chapter 1, Project Initiation, Introduction. Neo Bookstore is a modern e-commerce platform designed to provide a simple, fast, and user-friendly online book shopping experience. It offers many collections of a book organized into fiction and non-fiction categories, making it easier for users to browse and find the book they want. In addition, the features and interface of the system were designed based on feedback collection during the Joint Application Design (JAD) session. This is to ensure that the platform is user-friendly and meet the needs for the user. Okay, next, I will explain the problem analysis and the objective of our project. For our project, problem analysis is the current online bookstore system has several issues. First, it experiences low server bandwidth and high traffic light, which make the website slow when many users access it. Second, it does have proper search filter, making it difficult for users to find book quickly. Third, the inventory is updated manually, which is cause the stock error. And lastly, there is no user account or profile, so customer cannot save their information and track their activity. To solve this problem, we developed Neo Bookstore with four main objectives. First, to build a fast and reliable system that can handle traffic while provide a smooth and secure shopping experience. Second, to provide advanced search and filter features so users can easily find book by title or author. Third, to allow real-time inventory update so admin can manage stock more efficient. Finally, to implement a secure user account system where customer can register, log in, and save their delivery information safely. This improvement will make Neo Bookstore more efficient, user-friendly, and reliable for both customer and administration.
3. So my name is Zamin Afad. So let's go on moving on to chapter 2, project management. So in this chapter, we're going to cover WBS and then Gantt chart. This is our WBS, or stand for work breakdown structure. So this is our structure. We have project initiation, project management, requirements, initiation, system requirements and methodology, what method that we use, and then system modeling and design. Lastly, we have interface design. So for every chapter, we have a subtopic inside. So next is our Gantt chart. So this is our Gantt chart for 10 weeks. We try to make our new bookstore. So this is a duration for each task from task 1 until documentation.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Muhammad Arif bin Salihuddin, and today I will present chapter 3, which is requirements elicitations. In this chapter, I will present process for our proposed online bookstore system. The purpose of this phase is to gather and understand the user's requirements before the system is designed and developed. To achieve this, we conducted a joint application design or JAD session to identify users' problems, expectations, and system needs. Let's go. A joint application design or JAD session is a discussion conducted between stakeholders and the system analysts to gather system requirements. For our project, the participants included potential customers, the bookstore owner, and the system analyst. During the session, several interview questions were asked to understand how customers currently purchase books, the problem they experience, and the features they expect in an online bookstore system. The information collected from this session helped us understand the user's needs and provide a clear direction for developing the proposed system. Next, based on the interview results, we identify several common problems faced by users. Firstly, customers often have difficulty finding specific books because existing platforms have limited search and filtering functions. Secondly, book availability is not always updated, which may lead to inaccurate stock information. Lastly, some online bookstores experience slow performance during peak usage periods. These findings highlight the need for a more efficient and user-friendly online bookstore system that provides a better shopping experience for customers. Last but not least, based on the feedback collected during JAD session, several user needs were identified. Users want a search function that allows them to find books by title, author, or category. They also require filtering options based on genre, price, and rating to make searching easier. In addition, users expect real-time stock updates, a shopping cart, a wishlist, secure account management, and order tracking features. These user needs will serve as the foundation for the design and development of the online bookstore system in the next phase of the project. That's all from me. Thank you.
So here we go again for chapter 4, system requirements and methodology. In this chapter, we're going to cover functional requirements and non-functional requirements, and lastly, safe system development methodology method that we use. Okay, so for functional requirements define the specific behavior services and tasks that the new bookstore system must perform for its user. So as you can see, we have 4: user authentication and profile management, catalog and search management, cart and checkout processing, inventory tracking, and admin alerts. So next, we go into non-functional requirements. For non-functional requirements, specify the criteria, operational constraints, and quality attributes used to judge the operation of the platform rather than specific behaviors. So as you can see, we for non-functional requirements also have 4: performance and speed, usability, availability, reliability, and lastly, security and data integrity. And last but not least, we have system requirements and methodology. So we use waterfall system development lifecycle. Each phase must be fully completed and verified before moving to the next stage. This is crucial because freezing our requirements early prevents scope creep and ensuring our system modeling.
Going on to the next slide, which is chapter 5. So this slide will explain the system modeling for our online bookstore system, which focuses on the use of the case diagram, activity flow diagram, context diagram, and level 0 flow diagram. These diagrams are important because they help us understand how the system functions, how users interact with it, and how data flows within the system. 5.1, we have the context diagram. The context diagram provides a high-level overview of the entire online bookstore system and its interaction with external entities. In this diagram, the system is placed in the center and it connects to 4 main external entities, which is customer, staff, manager, and management system. The customer interacts with the system by sending books requests and receiving receipt after making a purchase. Staff interact with the system by receiving customer details and shopping books to customers. The management system updates the sales records and verifies stock information. Lastly, the manager receives monthly sales reports to monitor the performance of the business. This context diagram is useful because it shows the boundaries of the system and the relationship between the system and outside users of the system. So next, we are going to the section 5.1.1. We have the external entities table, and this table provides more detailed explanations about each entity and their interaction with the system. For example, the customer send books demands, address information, and checkout details, while the staff will receive order details, payment history, and stock availability to process deliveries. The management system verifies book, counts stock, and updates sales record. The manager mainly focuses on reviewing monthly sales reports. These tables help make the context diagram clearer and easier to understand. Next, finally, we are going to the section 5.2, which we have the level 0 data flow diagram, or DFD. This diagram breaks the system into major processes and shows how data moves between them. There are two main processes shown here. The first process is a managed user authentication, where the system verifies the customer's login details and stores their personal information in the user's data storage. This ensures only authorized users can access the system. The second process is process book orders. In this process, customers send their book request and the system checks stock availability, processes the order, updates sales record, and sends the order details to staff for shipping. At the same time, the management system monitors stock updates and sales performance. Managers can then review the monthly sales report generated from the sales record. The DFD also includes data stores such as sales records and users data. These data are stored importantly because they keep track of the transaction history and user information. So this is the more detailed explanation in which, for example, we can see here for the process manage user application, they will receive username, password from user, store user data, interface information, and then for the sales record, they will record the book sold, the book price, total amount sold for months, and then for user data, we will record the username, password, address, and transaction history. So in conclusion, these diagrams provide a complete picture of how the online bookstore system works. The use case diagram shows user interaction, the activity flow diagram explains the sequence of actions. The context diagram gives an overall system overview, and the level 0 DFD shows how data moves inside the system. Together, they help us better understand the system and functionality of the system before implementation.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Aiman, and I will explain the level 1 data flow diagram for managed user authentication, which explains process 1.0 from the level 0 DFD. This process consists of three such processes. The first process is 1.1 register account, where the customer enters their registration details. The system then stores this information in the user data store. The second process is 1.2 validate login, where the system retrieves the customer username and password from the user's data and checks whether the login credentials are correct. Finally, process 1.3 grant access send a login confirmation to the customer if the credentials are valid, allowing them access to the online bookstore. The main external entity involved in the customer is the customer, while the data store is D2 user data, which contain customer information such as customer ID, name, email, password, address, and transaction history. Next, this diagram illustrates how data flow within the user authentication process. First, the customer submit the registration or login details to process 1.1 register account. If the customer is registering, the system store the user detail into the D2 users data store. Next, process 1.2 validate login retrieve the stored user information from the database to verify the customer login credential. After successful validation, the login result is sent to process 1.3 grant access. Finally, grant access is sent and access confirmation back to customer indicating that the login was successful and the customer can begin using the online bookstore. Overall, this process ensures that only registered user with valid credential can access the system securely. This slide explains the level 1 data flow diagram for process book orders, which expand process 2.0. There are 5 sub-processes involved. First is 2.1 search books, where customers search for books by title, author, or genre. Second is 2.2 add to cart, where selected books are added to the customer shopping cart. Next is 2.3 checkout and payment, where customers confirm their purchase and complete the payment. After payment, 2.4 update inventory deducts the purchased goods quantity from the inventory and updates the stock record. Lastly, 2.5 generate receipt, store the sale record and send an order confirmation to the customer. The processes uses two data store, D1 sale record for transaction details and D2 user data for customer information and order history. The external entities involved are the customer, staff, and management system. Next, this diagram shows the detailed data flow during the book ordering process. The process begins when the customer sends a search request to search books. The system then returns the available books. The customer selects the desired books, which are passed to add to cart. The cart information is then sent to checkout and payment, where payment details are processed and the order is confirmed. Once payment is successful, two activities happen simultaneously. First, the order information is sent to generate receipt, which create the receipt and send the order confirmation back to the customer. Second, the payment details are sent to update stock where the available inventory is deducted. The updated stock information is shared with the management system while staff can access the updated order detail for monitoring purposes. This process ensure that ordering, payment, inventory updates, and receipt generation are completely efficiently and accurately. That's all for me. Thank you. This slide explains the level 1 data flow diagram for process book orders which expand process 2.0. There are 5 sub-processes involved. First is 2.1 search books where customers search for books by title, author, or genre. Second is 2.2 add to cart where selected books are added to the customer shopping cart. Next is 2.3 checkout and payment where customers confirm their purchase and complete the payment. After payment, 2.4 update inventory deducts the purchased goods quantity from the inventory and updates the stock record. Lastly, 2.5 generate receipt, store the sale record and send an order confirmation to the customer. The processes uses two data store. D1 sale record for transaction details and D2 uses data for customer information and order history. The external entities involved are the customer, staff, and management system. Next, this diagram shows the detailed data flow during the book ordering process. The process begins when the customer sends a search request to search books. The system then returns the available books. The customer selects the desired books, which are passed to add to cart. The cart information is then sent to checkout and payment, where payment details are processed and the order is confirmed. Once payment is successful, two activities happen simultaneously. First, the order information is sent to generate receipt, which create the receipt and send the order confirmation back to the customer. Second, the payment details are sent to update stock where the available inventory is deducted. The updated stock information is shared with the management system while staff can access the updated order detail for monitoring purposes. This process ensure that ordering, payment, inventory updates, and receipt generation are completely efficiently and accurately. That's all from me. Thank you.
Moving on to chapter 6, let's talk about our design interface. Our main goal with the input design was to keep things as user-friendly as possible. We wanted to create clean, simple data entry, screen that prevent mistake, and make transaction information effortless. As you can see in the screen, this is our web page mockup for a new bookstore. Right at the top, we integrate a clean search bar and key navigation links like genre and author, so user can immediately query the database. It is designed to look modern and welcoming, featuring a browser library button to get reader exploring our collection straight away. Next, let's look how the system handles specific browsing input as shown here. We broke this down into two main search interface, book search on the left and author search on the right. On the book search screen, user can click on the specific genre category from the side panel like sci-fi, romance, or fantasy to filter down the book list automatically. They can also view dynamic detail like publication year, book price, and customer rating. On the author search screen, the system let user filter result based on their preference, such as clicking the button tab to instantly display population Malaysia author. Move on the screen if our user precise query control without overloading them with messy text field. Next is our design. output design is define how the system format structure and present calculated information back to our user and admin. If you look here, is our dynamic chart summary interface. The system takes the user book selection and output them clearly with the cover art, name, gender, and year. But the curious part is the summary box on the right. It automatically processes live calculation, showing the total price, subtracting any active voucher discount, like this RM 50 ringgit offer reward, and updating the final subtotal in real time before checkout. Next, we have our checkout interface on the left and the profile design dashboard on the right. For the checkout screen, the system output interactive summary for delivery fee based on the user select, like RM 5 ringgit for standard and 10 ringgit for express. We dynamically combine this shipping rate with the chart subtotal to show the absolute final price breakdown before they hit place order. Finally, on the right is our profile dashboard. The system output the user account detail via the retail milestone purchase history. The system output the user account. Select this premium code status page and this clean quick access button. This includes a purchase history hub where user can instantly check their past order, book name, and tracking status. Thank you.